This is Down the Rabbit Hole, where we question the mysteries and nature of reality. I'm your host, Justin Perry.
I regularly travel in and out of one major airport, going to keep private for my own privacy. Most of the time that I spend at this airport is during a long layover, which allows me time to wander through the airport, as it's something that I enjoy doing. I have found that there is one terminal that I love, as it is recently remodeled, so I spend a lot of time in it. I specifically love this terminal because the bathrooms are always extremely clean and have full-length stalls allowing for a lot of privacy. I traveled out of this airport a few weeks ago, and the bathrooms were, as I know them, clean, full-length stalls. On my way back from my destination, I go to make a pit stop at said bathroom after a long flight. To my surprise, the bathrooms are as they used to be, very run down, short metal stalls, your typical public restroom. I was extremely confused and thought that I had gone to the wrong bathroom somehow, but upon further inspection, I always have a lot of time on my hands in this airport. All of the bathrooms in said terminal were the same. I felt like I was going crazy. Well, I am currently back at this airport again for another trip. I go to my favorite terminal and decide to go to the bathroom. The bathroom is back in its pristine, new, full-length stall condition. I'm utterly confused. It's as if I somehow changed dimensions and then changed dimensions again. I have never been able to explain this. I guess I should share my story. I like to solo camp a lot. I have pickup truck and a topper on the back set up for camping. I have been at this particular spot maybe 10 times before. It's in the mountains away from everything and rarely other campers. There is no cell service at the site, but there is a large hill that I climb up an old fire road about 10 meters, and I can call my son before bed. When I pulled into camp, it had rained a couple days prior, so there were no human prints in the dirt, anywhere, none. It had struck me as cool when I noticed it. I did my evening routine, ate campfire, crawled into sleeping bag. This time, I decided to watch a movie on my portable DV player. It was about 10 when I started Goonies. Yes, I had a beer with dinner and maybe 2 shots of bourbon, but noting unusual or anything to be passed out from. Into the movie I felt really tired. Then next I know I'm laying in a strange position with my glasses in my hand. The movie paused. It was 4:30 in the morning. I had a strange feeling, but whatever. Next morning, I decided to explore. Instead of walking up the fire road like normal, I decided to hike through the bushes and small game trail straight up the side of the mountain. I got to the top of this one part about 150 meters up, and I started to go towards where the fire road was so I could hike down easier. As I got near the fire road for the first time, I saw boot prints headed up the mountain. They were my boot prints in an area I had not been. Not only that, but there were only 11 prints, and they just started out of nowhere and stopped abruptly, as if the person wearing the same shoe as me simply disappeared. The ground was too soft to not make prints and too steep for someone to have jumped away. My boots had a very distinctive print, and those 11 prints were mine. This was a good one, 100 meters above, where I was the night before. On the rest of the way down, there was not a single other human print until I got to where I had been the night before, and those were the only prints. I still have no idea. I've been there since and never had anything else strange happen. For context, I live with my best friend from high school, her 2 kids, my husband, and our 2 kids. My best friend is a wedding photographer, and incredibly talented. I'm not even being biased either. And while she's amazing, she's really disorganized and not detail-oriented. I, on the other hand, am obsessively organized, and I'm currently taking a break from my dream job to homeschool our kids. Her disorganization makes my eye twitch, so I started working for her, charging her gear, making sure she has everything, on she forgot her damn camera. I also do her finances and client contact. It's rewarding work and I'm damn good at it. Anyway, she came home from a shoot recently and as always, I took her bag, pulled out all the batteries and memory cards, and handed the cards to her so she can upload. She has a spare camera that she never uses, but I checked that one too. Every time. But this time, she was missing some video footage. She got her camera and checked the card slots. Nothing, of course. I'm always extremely careful with the cards. They are small and contain the only photos of someone's wedding. It would be a complete disaster if they got lost. She had both cards, and both had photos from before and after she took videos, but the videos weren't there. She had been working for another photographer that day and brought the cards to his house, and nothing. All the photos but no videos. I double-checked the camera slots. My husband checked them. Unsurprisingly, they were empty. Not just they're black and so is the camera. Maybe we missed them. Nope. Completely empty. I bet my life on it. I took them both out. And I know this because she had 2 cards with identical sets of photos. There was no missing card. For whatever reason, the videos just never saved to either card. Fast forward to this morning. She looked in the camera again for lack of anything else to do, and there was a memory card in it. On the card, all the videos and no photos. I know nothing about cameras, but I know she dual writes, meaning she uses 2 cards, both of which should have identical photos and videos at the end of the night. It's like a fail-safe in case one card gets corrupted. There's no setting for photos on one, videos on another. And again, previously there were no cards in her camera. I cannot stress this enough. We were never missing a card. She had them both the whole time. We just checked the card slots for lack of any other ideas. And because when you run out of logical ideas, you start turning to illogical ones. So now she has 2 cards with photos and 1 with videos, all of which apparently came out of her camera, which only has 2 slots. I'm utterly baffled. And as the title says, this is the most recent of a slew of weird shit. Calendar events disappearing, then reappearing on a different date, client numbers and texts completely erased from our phones. Not just oops, deleted the thread on accident. My phone had no record of my calling or texting with this bride or of her number being in my contacts at all. I even checked the cloud where all my phone content backs up and nothing. One time BF pulled up Netflix and found that she was signed into a stranger's account. Everything was in Spanish. We hadn't seen any of the shows. 4 profiles belonging to strangers. No one had been in our house. The kids didn't do it. It was on the smart TV, which is mounted very securely to our wall. We have 3 dogs in addition to my very thorough nightly lockup routine. No way anyone was in our house undetected. I honestly don't know what to make of any of this. This blew me away today. I took a doorknob off my bathroom door to replace it. The new one was encased in its impossibly sealed plastic home, and the old one was sitting on the sink. I reached down to grab the new one and looked at the empty hole in the door where the old knob was. To be amazed that the old knob was still in the door. The actual old knob I took off the door was still on the sink, and the new knob was still sealed. This third knob just appeared back in the door. I stood there for a minute, looking at everything, twisted the new third knob, and it was there. Finally, I went downstairs to get my wife, came back upstairs, and the third knob was gone. My wife thought I was insane. I'm beginning to think maybe I am.